We got the electrical tape around the two wires, and then we pushed up the heat shrink tubing over those two wires. The smaller heat shrink tubing, and then we take the thicker heat shrink tubing and we put it over the adapter plug. Now we're going to take our voltmeter before we do anything, and before we seal up the heat shrink tubing, and test the power adapter. Make sure that we're getting the proper voltage through it. And it goes right to about 19 volts, which is what we want, so we know our connections are okay. Now, because I don't have a heat gun or a lighter, I'm actually going to use the barrel of my soldering iron to melt the heat shrink tubing. Not the most optimum thing to do in the world, but it's workable in a bind, and it gives you a nice even, shrinking of the tubing, which is what we want. So once we get the inner part melted,